Pardon my tardiness. At least it's not tardness. Anyway. I'm gonna be on for a couple hours. Gonna do all these green quests. Milk any XP I can possibly get. I'd much rather do Maraudon than Dire Maul. I'm just gonna say that. Or maybe it was just that section of Dire Maul. Like, I don't remember. Almost want to watch a video about Dire Maul. Just to see if anybody else thinks it's gay. Oh, a tribute guide. Yeah, what's his face? Dinglendork was talking about that. I think it was Dinglendork. I didn't know there was a such thing. I'm not overly interested though. I'm still deciding on how I want to do things with my next tune. If I want to use like a leveling guide, um, add-on, or um, that would pretty much mean no dungeons, which would be kind of shit. Um, hmm. I don't know. I'm really not sure. I don't feel like doing another chat GPT um thing. They updated it and it's a lot more coherent than it used to be, but I don't know. It takes so fucking long to level up. Even if I only asked it whether or not I should do a quest or grind, it would still take forever. Pretty sure I gotta kill smokers. Nope. Nope, I don't need to. 43 anybody anyway. Um okay, ruins to the west, and I want to Alright, well first I need to find the harpies. So all I see right now are ogres. And apes. And ogres. It's not like I'm gonna aggro any of them anyway. So is that just like an ogre camp? Where's the damn harpies? I was promised harpies. What are you? Druid? I want to know your talents. Or no, I don't want to. You know what? Fucking. Oh. I'm so stupid. I thought I was a paladin, and I was gonna buff him, and I couldn't decide what buff to give him. But it's like, no, I'm not a paladin. I'm a mage, and there's only one buff to give people. So where are these damn harpies, huh? I'm tired of the suspense. I can't take it. I don't even want to play this game anymore. It holds me in suspense. So stupid. When is this place? It's not where harpies are, I can tell you that. Fuck them. Level 45, my dong. To the west, they said. Oh, maybe there's one right there. I don't know. This wouldn't be the first time that I took directions and I went in the completely wrong direction. I went past where I was supposed to. I don't even remember the last, what was the last quest I did? Where it said like northwest. And oh, it was Burning Steps, wasn't it? Yep. I went, oh shit. Yeah, it was right here. Yep. Let's fuck them up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Huh? I'm not even gonna use my combustion. You're just a little prick. Can I summon my raptor now? Thank you. I think having like a bot logic to where they'll actually just drop what they're doing and run away from you. If they're a lower level, like if you're red or whatever to them. This guy, he has no business fighting me. Hmm. A challenger has appeared. It's a high traffic bridge, man. What can I say? I love this graveyard. Have I said that lately? How much I love this graveyard? If I didn't love it, I wouldn't spawn here so much. So if you didn't already know from my last stream how much I love this graveyard, now you know. I love to spawn at this one. If I could spawn at this and walk all the way to Darkshore without a mount, just in ghost form, like, you have no idea how much fun that would be. I would be... I'd be in heaven. Anyway, I'm gonna listen to some asthma cunt. Shit, fuck, piss. This isn't even the right password. This isn't even the right password. Maybe it's not. Oh. Where's that stupid bridge go? Here it is. Awesome. I bet he's still sitting there waiting for me to come back, too. Yeah. If you win this, you get promoted. In fact, I will give you the guild if you win this fight. Inconclusive. Oh, it's... See, I knew it was that area. I knew it. There's no fucking harpies over here. It's all a big lie. It's a scam. Can I... Can I just have some peace, please? Am I really gonna have to ride my ass all the way over here? North Spring. North Spring Harpy, where are you? That is not west. That... That's not west, bro. I'm sorry. That's northwest. Was I supposed to gather that from them being called North Spring? Yeah, I'm looking it up, but you know what? Leveling in vanilla is already enough of a chore. And I'm not 12 years old anymore. I don't have an infinite amount of time. So, this is what I'm doing. It would actually be quicker for me to fly here. Okay, this is about where I left off. Yeah, I know I'm probably there now, but I'm still looking for a video to play in the background, so deal with it. Oh wow, how's my gold played Resident Evil 2 remake? I might actually have to watch that. Let me
Is this actually full screen here?
let me put this in like a watch later or something. Where's the watch later button? Did they get rid of that? There we go. It's a playlist now. Oh boy. Fucking retarded. Uh Is Jim Sterling like that deprived of pussy that he has to pretend to be a woman? There's no way. He used to be like, used to be the most gangster fucking game critic in the world. You can't tell me. And he looks like Kim.com. All he's got to do is walk into a bar and say, "Hey, lady." I used to own a little website called Mega Upload. Mind if I mega upload some cum in your vagina? Dude, he wouldn't have had any problem if he just did that. I guess I'll watch this one.
Can casual players still enjoy Classic WoW? How far can casuals Can casual players still enjoy Classic WoW? How far can casuals progress into Classic? I'd say BWL. Yeah, BWL would be the point where I would stop it.
Approaching, and with it comes the return of the highly anticipated Classic World of Warcraft. Originally released in 2004,
Yeah.
Classic WoW was everything you want in an MMORPG.
Big true.
It was
You mean Vanilla WoW was released in 2004.
but it's not
Classic WoW was released in 2019.
and so has the majority of World of Warcraft's
Get it right.
former audience.
Yeah.
Now 15 years older and encumbered by the obligations of adult.
See how he does this? This is subliminal messaging here. 15 years older, and it has a character walking around that's bald.
That's right. Kill that crab.
All these little things here. Tips puts a lot of work into his videos.
Many fans of the old franchise have been asking themselves a very important question. Can I still enjoy Classic as a casual player?
No, you're not allowed.
I'll answer that question and more in this video. Before we can say whether or not Classic WoW can be enjoyed by a casual player, we have to remember a very important point. Classic WoW was built for the casual player. According to former World of Warcraft developer John Statz, one of the Vanilla WoW team's chief goals was to create a casual version of EverQuest, capable of enthralling audiences across all demographics, including those with less free time.
Big true.
And it would appear that they were
I'm gonna share something here.
according to some 2000
I've been thinking about a lot since I came up with it. I have an idea for a YouTube series. And I would be the only one to be able to do this. And I'm actually perfectly okay with sharing my idea because nobody else would ask the kind of questions that I would. Basically, it'd be a YouTube series where I just invite random people, celebrities, politicians, writers, doesn't matter. Whoever. And it would be in the format of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But instead of answering like trivia questions, I would ask them personal questions. Some of which being quite personal. Pretty offensive. Disturbing. Maybe to the point to where if they answered it wrong, they could get arrested. And basically, they go up the tier just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And if they win, I donate $1 million to a charity of their choice. That's the fucked up part too. You gotta understand that. That's the fucked up part. They don't get the money. I donate it to a charity that they want me to donate it to. So like if they want me to donate to starving children, you got all these starving children just Sitting there watching the guy thinking, why can't you just answer that? Surely you'd have never done that in your life. Just answer the question. You know, but what if they lie? Well, I'm allowed to call them on bullshit if they lie. And I can just stop it at any time and kick them out of my video. I reserve that right. So if I feel like they're lying, they're gone. It doesn't matter if they are or not, if I just think they are. I just think that would be like the funniest yet most dysfunctional YouTube series that I could possibly do. Anyway, that's all.
Census data from Warcraft Realms, the average age of a vanilla WoW player was 28, far beyond the age.
Oh, wait a second. For the survey data, the average age of WoW player is 28. Oh my god. 84% of players are male. 16
Is this it?
Female players are.
Is this where I gotta do the heart thing?
Because my mom played WoW and I was playing WoW. Holy shit. That's insane. So the median for females was 32 years old. So basically, if you like MILFs, WoW is. Hey.
Age of legal adulthood. So, can a busy adult with, say, only 5
Do I need rogue feathers? Yes, I do.
Enjoy Classic WoW's gameplay? The easy answer is yes, but there's a lot more.
I'm about to get fucking nuked.
You see, when people ask, can I still enjoy Classic if I have a job or if I'm busy, what they usually mean is, can I still meaningfully progress in Classic's gameplay if I have a job or I'm busy? And the answer to that question is far more complicated.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to put my buffs on. One moment. There we go. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, you're dead. Well, shit.
We'll start off with leveling. Can a working adult who only plays 5 to 10 hours a week enjoy classic leveling? Absolutely. Unlike later expansions,
Is this stone?
became a glorified
No.
game preceding the game's real content. Classic WoW's leveling is the real content.
I need a
Learning
stone.
each zone, progressing your character, and reaching meaningful power milestones is the bread and butter of original WoW. And experiencing this progressive growth is entirely independent of how much time you have to play. A level 10 in Westfall will feel the same satisfaction in leveling as a level 50 character in Tanaris. So if you only have a few hours to spend playing each week, don't fret. But leveling isn't just about progression. It's also about story, and in Classic WoW, I'm happy to say that the full breadth of Vanilla's diverse storylines can be enjoyed even by the most irregular players. This is primarily due to the Vanilla WoW dev team's intentional decentralization of the game's narrative. Rather than focus the game's plot around one overarching storyline, the stories in Vanilla are short and provincial. This means that even 30 minutes of game time can yield a great story experience. See The Legend of Stalvon.
Yeah.
So once again...
Oh, are you out of mana? Well, fuck. Why are you out of mana?
When it comes to the entire Vanilla WoW leveling process, you could argue that casual gamers have more opportunities to enjoy the game than their turbo nerd counterparts, whose rush to level 60 robs them of some great experiences.
That's a big true.
But leveling isn't the only aspect of Classic WoW gameplay. What should a casual player expect from the raiding scene? Assuming a casual spends an average of 5 to 10 hours per week gaming, and assuming it takes approximately 10 days played or 240 hours to reach level 60, then a casual player should expect to enter the raid scene around 6 months after launch. That's right around the time that Black Moon, the second raid tier of Vanilla, should be launching in Classic WoW. That means that in terms of raiding, casual players won't actually be that far behind the curve. In fact, because of how strong some of the loot is in Molten Core...
What was that picture? Oh my god. That's from the opening of AQ. Holy shit. God damn. Yeah, that's the opening of AQ. With the Anubis Sath monsters.
Far behind the curve. In
Holy
fact,
fuck.
because of how strong some of the loot is in Molten Core, casuals will be pleased to learn that they won't even miss out on the first raid tier, as guilds tend to revisit MC for the legendary bindings, overpowered two-handers, and epic patterns. Remember, in Classic, new raid Raid tiers do not invalidate previous tiers, which keeps old content relevant and allows casual gamers to...
Just a
Oh,
second.
shit.
Admin Futures. I'm gonna look at your logs real quick.
Whatever, you know what? I need to go this way anyway.
Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. You're a spurg. Everyone knows you're a spurg. You're obnoxious. You're annoying. And you probably put tryhard in chat after I said steal. I'm gonna unban you. And you have 10 minutes to apologize to every single person in this chat for lowering people's collective IQ by existing. You're unbanned. It's really sad. No, it's okay. I'll keep track of him, okay? Tomorrow, remind me to check his logs again, and I will. What's the best vanilla?
I am not playing retail. I am playing a private server running on my running on my PC, with 3,500 player bots, which are bots that act and perform as real live players do, such as you know, playing their class, raiding, questing, things of that nature. They do a lot of shit, and it would take me a moment to list it all. Tutorial video in the description below. In other words, this is entirely single player. So it takes the best part of WoW, the gameplay, removes the shittiest part of WoW, the community, and what are you left with? Probably the best game ever now. Remind me not to die this time, because that was a really long walk. Would not recommend it. I would have had all those harpies killed by now. Some shit went on over here. I have not played retail since Cataclysm. And before that, I played private servers. In fact, I have not played any version of WoW after Cataclysm. However, did download a Legion private server core that runs. It does not have bots, I'm afraid. But I am considering, once I level my current tunes up and do all the endgame content, when I remake a new character for each version of the game, I will probably make one for Legion as well, and just see what that's like. And WoW kind of became a solo experience after Cataclysm anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on a whole lot, and I can always Tune dungeons as I see fit. Oh, oh fuck. I took a deep breath and my back popped. Don't get old. Kill yourself before you get old. Okay? Once you hit about 28, just drink like a glass of bleach, trust me. You'll be doing yourself a favor. Yeah, all the things that I've heard and seen about retail, wow, I'm not very enthused. You gotta be kidding me. Why are there so many horde here? This is not a real player, by the way. It is a bot. And he will chase my ass forever. I increased the bot's sight distance to match that of the LOD, in-game LOD, or LOS, whatever, line of sight, no, it might be line of sight. Length of render distance, I don't know, whatever the hell it's called. Either way, I think I shook this guy. Do I need these patriarchs? I'm pretty sure I do. No, I don't. He's still over there. I shit you not. You know, I'm gonna go on the far end of the ruins here. He's still chasing me. Or that's somebody chasing me. I don't know. And if they're rogues, they use sprint too, so it's really hard to ditch them. I'm just gonna start on the far end here. I'm gonna fight him. Have to. Hey, you ain't shit. Just copper? Really? That's all you have for me? I might actually be right back here in a second. As well. Ow. You're just gonna burn to death. Who's this? I don't know who the fuck you think you are. But you're not killing me. Not today. Don't make me bring my guild over here. You won't like it. He's got a long walk though. If he spawns where I think he's going to. So where's the stone that I'm supposed to summon these this harpy at? That's what I want to know.
But what about life beyond Molten Core? How far can a 5 to 10 hour a week gamer progress into Classic WoW's raids? The answer is surprisingly far. While Vanilla WoW raiding has developed a bit of a mystique over the years, it's important to separate emotion from reason and state the obvious truth. Classic WoW raiding in 2019 is not particularly difficult or demanding. In fact, I would go so far as to say that Molten Core, Onyxia, Blackwing Lair, Zul'Gurub, and AQ20 are all absolutely clearable by a casual player.
Oh yeah.
Yep. 5 out of the 7 raids of Vanilla are completely doable even by casuals.
Only AQ40.
Only one of those raids has a steep
I don't know
attunement
about
process,
BWL.
and the
might be
rest
too
don't
hard.
require high consumable use.
Yeah.
It's during AQ40 where the time investment required increases significantly.
Well, yeah.
What just killed me?
40, you're going to spend 40 minutes running back to Cthulhu every single time that you die.
Yeah, no, I was alt tabbed.
I mean, hey.
Primarily due to the consumables and nature resist gear required in the second half of that instance. 5 to 10 hours of playtime.
There's a lot of
is
skeletons
likely
over
not
here.
enough to clear AQ40, and certainly isn't enough to clear Naxxramas. That said, 5 out of the 7 raids of Vanilla WoW are absolutely doable by.
Oh, I see you, bitch.
Very easy.
Maybe that wasn't the case back in 2005 or 2006, but in 2019, it certainly will be. So if you're a casual and you're watching this video, you're probably feeling pretty good right about now. 90% of Classic's PvE content is accessible to you. But what about PvP? Can a 5 to 10 hour a week gamer expect to reach that coveted rank 14 title and be crowned the High Warlord or Grand Marshal of their faction?
No.
Unfortunately,
No.
this is where the dream ends for most casuals. Unless you're spending 80 hours a week in BGs, you're going to have to kiss your High Warlord aspirations goodbye.
Yep.
That's because of how the honor calculation
High Warlord
there's no way to
aspirations.
20% honor decay each reset.
Yep.
But hold your tears, because rank 14, while prestigious and rewarding, isn't the end-all be-all of the ranking system. You actually begin acquiring powerful rank gear at ranks 7 and 8, which are easily reachable by a casual player.
Now, what he means by powerful is blue gear that's on par with maybe some gear in like UBRS. Like the Knight Lieutenant gear.
Oh, that's the motherfucker that killed me. Hold on a second.
Wasn't that good. I think that there were some early iterations of the gear that was OP or something.
Did I just get 3-shotted by a frostbolt?
I don't remember the gear being that overwhelmingly.
Is that what happened?
It's better than tier gear? I don't know.
I'll be right back. You watching Asmon? Yeah, I usually play like really old Asmongold videos or Mad Season videos or whatever. Warcraft, World of Warcraft themed videos while I play.
Know about that.
Just something. Oh yeah, I died before I got up.
Ranked
I was freaking
event,
out for a
the rate
second.
at which you complete your blue PvP set is potentially doable by pre-mating only 10 hours a week on the condition
Just something to
that you
listen
are
to, like
proficient
when
with your
nobody's on the
game
chat or
level.
whatever.
That's pretty
You know.
good, especially when you consider that the PvP
that
gear in
actually-
Classic
that
WoW
gear is
will
pretty
be in
good.
its 112 itemized state, meaning that some blue quality ranking pieces will be on par with AQ40 gear. Yet another example of casual players not missing out on much.
Older
So in terms of leveling, rating, and
older Osmogold videos are fairly entertaining to listen to. Especially if you like WoW, which I do. I don't really care too much for his newer stuff. I think he's like worried about losing a sponsorship or something, so he doesn't like. He's not. It's almost like he's worried that something he says is going to offend somebody, and he usually tries to cover him for himself a lot for some reason. I don't know, but I'm thinking it has something to do with the sponsorship or money or what have you. But old Osmongold, I appreciate.
ranking,
I didn't
casual
expect them to
players
do
will
that,
be able to
okay.
experience most of the game's content. Only the most challenging
Yeah, I
raids
forgot what
and
the
the
versions
highest
were.
ranks will
I
be
know they
off
changed
limits
it. I
to
didn't know if they
casuals,
made better
but
or
everything
worse.
else in Classic is entirely doable from a gameplay perspective. Now, there are some things that we didn't go over in this video, such as the Scarab Lord mount or
Yeah.
legendaries. The reason
Probably
why I
don't have
didn't
that.
mention these is because they're obviously not going to be obtainable by casuals. However, it is important to note that they won't be obtainable by 99% of hardcore players either, as playing the game a lot is but a small factor in what qualifies someone to receive those incredible rewards.
Dude, that's
so
so
again,
cool to see the
casuals
opening
aren't
of
really
AQ.
getting
I like the Osmond that wasn't afraid to say things and who, you know, was a big critic on the current state of WoW. And it was basically pretty much just a WoW player, you know. But Osmongold now, like I don't know what he plays on his stream and all because I don't watch his stream, but it seems like his YouTube content is strictly React videos, which is what this is. But like I said, it's before he went out of his way to appear likable to what do they call them? Woke people. You know, I don't appreciate the fact that woke stole that term. You know what woke used to mean? It used to mean that you were aware of certain conspiracy theories and you believed them. I'm not going to go in detail, but that's what it used to mean. And now it basically means, woke basically means that you can, you know, walk around with a dick and a wig and be a woman. That's what it means. I don't appreciate that they stole that term. First they steal the rainbow, and now they steal the word woke. I don't like that.
being
man.
punished here.
That's
And just to
fucking
clarify,
awesome.
not every casual player is the same or will have the same classic WoW
Yeah, you just have to
experience.
quit your job and you'll
Variables
be
such as
fine.
previous exposure to vanilla and what
Yep.
class you play will deeply impact how much content
Before they hijacked it, you could consider someone like Alex Jones woke. Because he was awake to what was happening. He was woke to what was happening. But now, just piece of shit.
you'll be able to see in classic WoW. If you're interested in learning which classes are better suited for casual players who have less time on their hands, I'll talk about that in my next video. But in conclusion, yes.
Pardon my rant.
It's entirely possible to play classic WoW on a hectic
Or not.
or
That's up to you.
schedule.
It's a free country.
More specifically, it's possible to meaningfully progress into the end game on a casual basis. So if you're working 40 hours a week or have a family to tend to or both, don't sweat it. you can still enjoy vanilla in all its glory, albeit at a much slower pace. And you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. After all, vanilla has always been about the journey, not the destination. I hope you enjoy yours. But thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked what you saw, sub it up and stick around because we got more coming.
Sub it up and close the tab, more like. Hold on a second, new video. Okay, I'll watch this. The video is titled Oswald reacts to hamster wheel explaining. Holy fuck. how hard Nax is, and a guy calling him out on his lies. So there's like 3 people involved here. Like one person's reacting to another person while another person's reacting to that person while I'm listening and occasionally possibly reacting to that person's reaction.
Hey guys, Absolute here.
You know what? You're throwing it.
Here, and today I'll be talking about Naxxramas.
Ooh, look at that gear, dude.
Once again.
Look at that
I know,
gear.
I revisited my original Naxxramas
Look at that
video in the
fucking
past,
gear.
but only to correct some mistakes I made and add some extra commentary. The reason why I want to talk about Naxxramas again right now is because I recently cleared the entirety of Naxxramas.
Look at that
on a
fucking
private
fight,
server.
dude.
And yes, a private server is not a 100% accurate representation of Naxxramas in vanilla WoW, because some of the damage values might be off, and on the private server
Look at that fucking loot, dude. You remember the phylactery? Oh my god, dude. The earth? Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen this before. Okay, the guy's retarded?
There were a few bugs in
I don't think he's
Naxx
retarded
itself,
or anything.
so it's not exactly the same.
No, I remember I saw Soda watch part of this video too. Okay.
That said, though, a lot of aspects are still the same, so I felt that doing Naxxramas on the private server was a good enough representation to now
I'm gonna run out of mana, maybe.
review, so to say, of Naxxramas in vanilla WoW.
No, I will after this.
How did I clear it? Was it really that hard? Well, to put it very shortly, yes. And that's all I have for now. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm Hamster Wheel, and I'm just kidding.
Was that it?
Because
Wait,
saying yes is obviously not enough. And now that I experienced the full raid myself, I'm ready to start digging into how hard and elaborate raiding Naxxramas was in vanilla WoW.
Okay.
So I talked about what you need to get into Naxxramas before, but I want to elaborate on that a bit more. First, let me.
It's a long video, actually.
Gear.
Oh shit.
Like
dude.
I said, you
this
can't
is
just go
the worst
to the
part.
auction house and buy yourself a few green of the frost resistance items. No, you had to craft or gain frost resistance gear, and this gear wasn't exactly cheap. So I spent a whole lot of time farming mats to get the glacial gloves, the chest
They
piece,
really need to
the
add
bracers,
resistances back
and
into the
the
game.
cloak.
I need to find this damn rock.
To get the frost resistance.
Real shit. My mom actually used to farm those essences of water. Like that was like one of her farming spots.
So you needed to do the Echoes of War quest.
Where's the rock?
To get the Fate of Ramalatni quest, which allows you to obtain an epic frost resistance ring. And then I decided to get my Argent Dawn reputation up to Revered, so I could get the resistance enchant for the shoulders. And then I was lucky to find some random blue necklace from the auction house that had frost resistance and also some base
There
stats.
it is, dude.
And then I finally had enough just to be part of killing Saffron. But hey, the resistance gear was the easy part. The most time-consuming thing when it came to getting ready for a Naxxramas raid was farming the consumables. Let me give you a quick rundown of the consumables I used in Naxxramas.
Okay.
You ready? Here we go.
I've never done this quest before, but I can remember.
10 elixirs of firepower, 3 3 Zandalar reputation tokens, 10 greater fire protection potions, 10 greater nature protection potions, 10 greater frost protection potions, 10 greater shadow protection potions, 1 brilliant wizard oil,
Is that it?
flask of supreme power, 10 major trolls blood potions, 10 mage blood potions, 10 elixirs of fortitude, 10 juju chills, 10 juju embers, 40 blessed sunfruit juices, 20 heavy runecloth bandages, and 10 demonic runes.
No.
Of bandages and 10 demonic runes.
Okay. Okay, one thing, you don't need to bring all this. You should, but you don't need to. You probably need to bring like most of it, or you should bring most of it, but you probably don't need to bring every single thing. That being said, you know what I bring to raid? Nothing. And then I ask if somebody has a spare flask. And like, let's just talk about bag space, okay? Like, how many items is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you have an entire fucking bag slot, entire bag, assuming that you have the 18 slot bags, full of consumables. So if you're a hunter, you have literally 2 bags that are just out of commission. Like, this is ridiculous. Stacks of 5? Oh my, okay, so it's even more. See, I forgot about the post. I totally forgot about that. So yes, it's even more. It's like more than 2 bags. Imagine, being a warlock, and then you have soul shards too. Holy.
I'm not gonna use any of my mana regen for this.
That right there is the minimum amount of consumables I carried for 1 raid.
Oh my god.
1 raid. And you know how much those consumables would be if you would just buy them all at the auction house? Well, that
1,000
depends on
gold?
what private server you'll be playing, because every private server's economy is different, and I can only speak for mine. And admittedly, mine is kind of hyperinflated, so it's more than I'd say the average private server. But on my server, that would account for about 800 to 1,000 gold in consumables. Let me say that again. I would have an epic mount plus skill worth of consumables in my bag every night I would raid next Ramus. And yes, I wouldn't use all of my consumables in one night.
Dude, imagine wiping. Like, just imagine wiping.
Where is this rock?
How fucking mad would you be? I would
If we had a
flip
night
the
where our
fuck
raid
out.
count wasn't ideal, and we kept wiping on either KT or 4 horsemen, you're damn right if we
Why'd you
burn
wipe
through
on
those
KT?
consumables and have barely anything left.
People
when
can't
we're
move
done.
out of the void zones?
Because of this very heavy grind, you cannot raid next Ramas by being a raid logger. You can't. You're so reliant on these consumables that you have to do so much stuff on the side, either farming money to buy consumables or farm them yourself with herbalism and alchemy.
Holy
Which
shit.
I did. I leveled both to 300 and made most of the potions myself. And for things like greater shadow protection potions, I had to go to Dusk.
Well, I don't need you, but I need that harpy over there.
Farm grave moss to make shadow oil to then eventually make the shadow resistant potions.
Yep.
I've had countless herb farming sessions so far, and sometimes even streamed them because I was kind of bored and also wanted to give people a bit of a behind-the-scenes look.
Wait, there's
Oh, you're just dead now.
out on his bullshit.
Boom.
I mean, like, dude, like, why? Like, what's it called? Like, let me.
Oh, fun fact: I went from having no bank slots and no alts to now having
what is
almost
it
every
called?
bank slot on my main character and having 3 extra alts just for consumables.
I love
and herbs.
drama.
And managing and the consumables made me make my own spreadsheet.
Are these it?
Where I can see what I take out.
No.
It's just not, what do you mean?
They said to the north, right?
So, I hope I was able to put in perspective just how much time and effort it took for one player to get prepared.
Yeah, that's
Because
fucking
if the
insane.
people in the guild are all prepared individually, it doesn't mean you are ready as a guild to hop into next Ramus. Because now I want to talk about raid night. because you didn't just fly the next Rammus and there you go, you're ready to
Oh,
rock.
these were all the world buffs
Nah.
too.
Every raid night in Next Rammus started at Yojamba Isle. Yojamba? I'll just call it Yojamba. For the people that don't know, Yojamba Isle is an island in Stranglethornville where you can hand in coins, bee juice, and armor items that all drop.
Wait, let me see. I'm going to just take this right here, and I'm going to search response, okay? Response. How is the reaction? Because this is the first video he made. It has 409,000 views. No memes, WoW Vanilla was nice, not swear that hard. Oh, is this it? Okay. Oh, it starts with a fair use disclaimer. Yeah, this guy's gonna talk some mad shit. Yeah, he's gonna talk mad shit. 100 fucking %.
Wait, what is this?
Hi guys, Iggy here. This is the serious critique of Hamster Wheels Was Next Hard series. Expect it to be more dry. He's made 3 videos, and we're going to see clips from all 3. I don't like how Max is this evil instance. That was a barrier, and people couldn't get into it. It's hard to clear, and it killed guilds. I think Max is very misunderstood. In case you didn't watch the previous video, or couldn't stomach it, I raided in Bleeding Edge Progression Guild on the Nerzul server. We killed Kel'Thuzad, 14th in the world.
Nice.
In China, I played with the famous Chinese guild.
You can just do so much damage to me.
Oh, dude, this is actually, no, I want to talk about this right here. Look at this screenshot. This was the first guild that cleared BT back whenever they were released in China. Look at their fucking gear. Look at that mage. That mage is wearing tier 3. Look at the priest. That priest is also in tier 3. Paladin, tier 3 shoulders. Where's the rest of the pieces here? Is there any more tier 3 that I can see? I'm sure there might be a couple of pieces here. So these people were literally wearing gear from the last expansion. That is, in my opinion, they were just wearing it for the screenshot. I don't know. Maybe not. Because I knew there were people in my guild that killed Illidan with Neltharian's tier. And there were a couple people that were using like Stylene's Impeding Scarab and shit like that too. So that's not even true at all. Yeah, maybe they put on the transmog for the, or maybe they put on the gear just for the screenshot, but maybe not. Also, it wouldn't make sense like for this guy to only put on the shoulders if you were going to try to show off. People would use tier 3 back in BC rating, okay?
Okay. I believe I have the experience to fix some of the inaccuracies in the video. We're going to take a more friendly approach, and I'll do my best to lay off the memes.
One of the top raiding guilds on the Frostmain server. Once again, not my guild. We didn't kill Patchwork, but we didn't kill Patchwork. I think we killed Anubricon, Instructor Azubius, and one more.
He says he was in a top rating guild on his server, but that's relative to the population of the server and the quality of the players. He then goes on to say he only killed 3 bosses in the entire instance, which means everything after those 3 bosses he's never seen personally. So it means everything is hearsay, what he's read on the forums, etc.
Blackwing Lair for us was tough as hell too. You know, early Blackwing Lair, early Molten Core, it was pretty goddamn hard.
I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm sorry. I'm establishing a baseline for his guild. His guild, I would say, was average to below average, and there's nothing wrong with that. Casual rating is fine. I've done it myself.
Look. If your guild goes into Nax, it's not a casual guild. Like, that's like saying a 5-night-a-week guild is casual because you're in Method. That's ridiculous. It's not a casual guild.
And other guilds and other expansions. This is like, for example, if I made a leveling guide. If you compared my leveling guide to someone like Joanna would mop the floor with me.
Let me give you an example, such as the Locust Swarm of Anubricon.
This is Lothab, not Anubricon. Now later in one of his videos, he shows a different photo of Lothab, and aptly names it Lothab, so perhaps it's just an editing error.
Hell, even the 4 Horsemen fight, you needed 8 geared tanks.
You just needed
8.
6, right?
I remember in my guild, we actually had to try and steal geared tanks from other guilds. We didn't do the 4 Horsemen.
I think you do it with 6.
Did we actually? Not 1, not...
He then talks about the 4 horsemen.
Wait a second.
Perhaps it's just an editing error.
Hell, even the 4 Horsemen fight, you needed 8 geared tanks.
I'm looking at something out real quick.
In my guild, we actually had to try and steal geared tanks from other guilds. We didn't do the 4 Horsemen. did we actually? Not one, not
He then talks about the Four Horsemen, the last boss in the Death Knight wing. He says that his guild had to steal tanks from other guilds. However, his guild never made it to the Four Horsemen. So this is a lie. In his review video, he then says, did we kill Four Horsemen? But trust me, he would definitely know if he did. The Four Horsemen dropped the corrupted Ashbringer. The Four Horsemen was the second hardest boss in the entire game. If you killed the Four Horsemen, you would definitely remember it.
Wow,
Four Horsemen was
population.
a talk block for almost all guilds who went deep into Nax.
Oh
Because
shit,
of that
population
year.
graph.
Poaching definitely happened.
I threw it there with the 5-8 Storm Rage.
Oh wow.
Cenarian.
They've gone up a lot.
That's the Wheel of Arlek from Zuguru. That was my rating gear, basically.
Now I'm hoping this is a screenshot of him in his rating gear pre-AQ40, because if you went into Nax,
I'm assuming it's only one realm.
get wrecked. If his guildmates had a similar gear level, to
See,
him,
I don't know. That might be something I'll
Right,
check
here's
out.
the
But by the
thing,
time I check
is I
out
don't
Turtle
know
Wild,
why
it'll
a
be
lot of
dead.
these classic people are so intent on like reinforcing that they have experience from a game that was like 10 years ago,
I'll end
right?
up playing with a bunch of
I mean, like if you win and you
Slobs,
play Nax on
and
a
it'll
private
just
server
be
right now,
frustrating experience.
it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. Maybe it's 10% easier, or maybe it's 10% harder.
So she
But
said.
the amount of gatekeeping in the classic community is honestly funny. It's funny.
I've spent probably 67% of the stream
Many clear
dead.
Nax. It doesn't matter if he did it at 60 whenever 60 was the cap.
I need to find out where this is, because I'm not going to go wander around and die
The
again.
actual game is not going to be that big. Like I think it's so weird that people put so much stock and experience in a game from like 12 years ago.
That's it?
I just think that it's
The
silly.
fuck?
Like, do I really have like so like I did like ZG and shit in Classic, and I did all the raids in BC too. Does that make me an expert in ZG and the raids in Burning Crusade in like a way that someone, if they did them on private servers, wouldn't be? Not really, no. That just means that I did them before then. It's just ridiculous. Like the only thing that this person, like I think one point that this guy is actually making that does make a lot of sense is the way things like actually were, right? Because like if you just look at the raid in a vacuum, then you don't remember like all the other things that were like going along with the raid, right? And like this is what he was talking about before with like, you know, only doing certain bosses, etc. But I think there's a lot more to it than that. Nax was endgame and he was experienced. I don't know what. I think the main thing is the AI and private servers is pretty scuffed. It's not that bad. It's not that big of a difference. The grind for Nax consumables was insane. Well, I'm just saying, like, understanding the whole game and not just the raid's difficulty in itself, because there are more components that go into the difficulty of certain raids than just the raid itself, such as fire resistance and other different confounding variables of the game in that time period, right? So you have, like, badge gear. Like, what were people able to augment their gear with? What did people have options for, right? And, like, those are things that whenever you actually did play back then will give you a unique perspective, okay? That hopefully that makes more sense.
then it's understandable that they all had a really, really bad time. Also possible that they just had really, really bad RNG, or perhaps their guild had a casual raiding schedule, which means they couldn't continue to farm Blackwing while progressing into Nax.
I grinded with Pharaoh gear, but in resto spec because I didn't want to respec. I did next to no DPS. Killing mobs was horribly slow.
So he shows himself grinding very average mobs. Typically people who ground mobs for gold would grind things like the Stayers in Fellwood for the Fellcloth and demonic runes.
Yeah.
Or you'd grind mobs
Is
that drop
this the
grays,
Neckbeard
like the
War?
bats in EPL. There were plenty of ways to earn money in vanilla
Yes.
without having to respec your main character. There was professions, niche markets. Look at Frost Radamus' amazing series on Rags to Riches. There was alts. You could use your alts to level. By the time you were in Next Ceramus, you could easily have a second level 60 character. My preferred way of making income was doing GDKP. So we'd run Molten Core and Blackwing and then sell the items there to people who were looking to buy. Such as
Did they even do that? Like, I don't remember, like, was that even a thing in Vanilla WoW? I didn't even hear about that until, like, Wrath.
There they are. What more harpies do I need? Two.
Like, honestly, I feel like the whole thing is just... Yeah, and that's alright. Yeah, that's insane. We did in
mages for
BWL?
talisman of
Wow.
Imperial power.
Most guilds attempted next 40 on weekends, so
Nax was definitely not a one-day clear raid. So why would guilds raid both Saturday and Sunday? It seems extremely unlikely. Most guilds would raid 2 to 3 days per week on a consistent schedule, including weekdays.
Dual spec, I would have loved to have that in vanilla. That would have been great.
No, it wouldn't have been great. Part of the charm of vanilla was your talent choices really impacted your gameplay and your reputation. So you weren't just a paladin, you were a holy paladin. You weren't just a rogue, you were a subtlety rogue. If you weren't in a hardcore raiding guild, you had more freedom with your talents. So as a shaman, you could put that extra point into elemental.
That's right.
Extra burst for PvP, which means you
Hit me.
much more valuable.
One person standing in the wrong spot means he will do damage to all the other players with a different charge, and it's so much damage that that one guy can wipe half the raid in
It's
less
not
than
true.
a few seconds.
This is Thaddeus, the last boss in the Abomination Wing. Thaddeus has an ability called Polarity Charge,
That's not
which
true.
divides the raids into positive and negative. Each group gets a damage buff based off how many people are there. If someone misses
Here's how it works, right? Is you deal like it's like 3,000 damage to everybody around you, but everybody around you is dealing 3,000 damage to you. So you would deal 3,000 damage to the people that are next to you, but you would take like 30,000 damage because you had that many people next to you. Like even I know that's not
not say they go to the wrong area, they will hit everyone else with 2,000 damage. 2,000 damage is definitely not enough to wipe half a raid. Thaddeus has a chain lightning.
You know what? Hold on. I'm calling bullshit here. I wasn't even watching my health bar. Like, it wasn't dropping at all, and then suddenly it just
Keep in mind,
disappeared.
all these raids I just mentioned were 40-man raids, and every boss dropped an average of 3 epics.
You use the lack of drops as a
You
negative.
can blame the alcohol if you want, but
Scarcity of loot was a very good thing. When your raid got loot, it mattered. And yes, it took a long time to gear up. But that also made it so much
that was some
sweeter.
bullshit. I was watching my
Finally
health
got
bar.
his leaf out of MC. He gets to do his quest. He's
Yep.
happy. Everyone else is happy. Because you're happy.
Well, what are the question marks in chat? What are them question marks for? What are you question marking for? Well, quit it. You're fucking wrong. It's true. Scarcity of loot caused you to go back and do old raids. Oh, we didn't get it out of Nex. Let's go do AQ40. Oh, we didn't get it out of AQ40. Let's do BWL. Oh, we didn't get it out of BWL. Well, I don't have a fucking job and nobody else does here either because we were just raiding Nax. So fuck it. Let's go do Molten Core. I'm serious. Scarcity was good. Blizzard even admitted nowadays that they give out too much loot. That's bad game design? I don't think so. I think having utilized the entire end game is actually good game design. You know what I think is bad game design? Doing one raid. You have like 4 or 5 different raids and you just do
Oh, really? I gotta go there?
I mean, you do that one primarily, but that doesn't mean that all of the other ones just
Where's
have
my
no
Hearthstone
value.
set to?
And the fact that there was scarcity of loot created value in those other
I don't
raids.
even know where that
Is
is.
there another way they could have done it? Maybe. But the way they did
It's
it
been
was
so
fine.
long since I heard.
For him. Because
Uh,
an organism. You were playing together. You were a group. You were a family almost. And seeing other people get what they wanted, being happy, was a really good feeling. I remember I got Judgment Bracers out of Molten Core. And I was so happy. It was my first epic. Didn't matter that the stats were bad. Didn't matter that you
it's a
couldn't really see what
good
my character
feeling.
So there were
Real good feeling. Something Mr. Rogers song.
60 to 70 is a little bit far-fetched once again. It's not 60, 70. That's a little too much.
60 to 70 is definitely an exaggeration. I'm not sure where he's getting this
50.
number from. You know, perhaps if your guild is more casual.
Talon
you
or
have a lot of
OD, is that who
casual
I think it
raiders with
is?
Full-time jobs, you
Yo,
can't
thanks
always
for the
make
resub,
raids.
bro.
Then yes, maybe you have
It's
a lot
good
of
to see you. I heard you're
substitutions
getting
coming
married.
in and out. But for guilds who are serious about progressing through Nax and even late AQ40, you did not stretch yourself that thin with gear. I'd say it's more around 50, maybe up to 55.
23 guilds managed to clear the entire raid, which is less than 0.1% of the entire US player
Is
base.
he gonna call him out for using a comma instead of a period?
The best information on this
No,
account is a
okay,
Reddit
that's too
post
bad.
that lists 124 guilds having killed Kel'Thuzad before our TBC launch. While the completion percentage of Nax is quite low, if you add in guilds who got stuck on the 4 horsemen because of the 8-tank cock block, which was quite a few guilds, I think the number would be a lot higher. I think a more relevant question would be how many players have killed any boss whatsoever in Nax 40 in vanilla?
So why were there so few guilds and players that cleared the entirety of Next Rammus?
Because BC was
He
coming
says
out.
the low completion percentage was due to 3 factors: consumables,
It's because
resistance
BC.
gear, and farming previous raid tiers.
That's partially
However,
true.
the biggest reason that Nax was not completed by most people was because of
Hey.
its lifespan. Nax was released on the 20th of June, and by October, the Burning Crusade had been
There it
announced.
is, dude.
That's 3 months. 3 months is a very short lifespan for a raid.
Imagine no lifing a raid so your gear can be invalid in 30 months. Oh wait, does anybody want to do BOD later?
People knew that a gear reset was coming. Why would they bust their balls, recruiting, wasting gold, and working so hard when they knew they could just slack for a little bit and then
That's the thing.
gear reset? Nax was also much harder than AQ40. AQ40
Hold on.
had some interesting.
When I play Burning Crusade, if I do a vanilla raid, the purples I get from any raid, I will double every stat for that purple. If I get a legendary, I will triple every stat for that item. Because it's bullshit that you do an epic 40-man raid just to have your gear be dog shit compared to a green that randomly drops just after you entered through the dark portal. Oh shit, I didn't mean to add. Isn't there like a repair guy over here somewhere? Yes. You can have that. 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 I have all these quest items, and I need to get rid of them. But I don't know which ones I need and which ones I don't, because I'm doing a whole bunch of quests at one time. Apparently vanilla didn't auto-remove your quest items after the quest chain was over. So yeah, if I got corrupted Ashbringer, that's purple, isn't it? Pretty sure it's purple. Stats are doubled, including the negative stamina. Maybe. I don't know. I think I would probably leave the negatives alone and just double the positives. But it would be so broken to have a buffed corrupted Ashbringer that you would probably want it to be nerfed to counter it in some way. I'll be right back. Fails. Am I there yet? I'm probably gonna kill these bears and then I'm probably gonna get off for the day. You know, actually, I might kill him and then turn in all these quests just to see what level or how far into my level I am, I should say. The fuck was here? Oh, Blizzard. Or Kona Frost or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh my goodness. This app. Cone of Cold.
Mechanics like the Twin Emperors tanking, the beam on Cthulhu.
Anyway,
However,
this video sucks, and I totally forgot to open it in a new tab, so now I gotta scroll. Oh, that was easy.
Vanilla WoW Master Quiz. Now, I am a Vanilla WoW Master, so this should be easy.
Guide you.
Hey guys, Classic Wins back again.
Okay.
Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I made a quiz for people to do with Vanilla WoW.
Okay.
Even if you're not an expert, guess and try to see how you do. The quiz is going to have 4 sections of questions, 3 with...
Where in the world is 5 questions? I'm under attack is 5 questions. Who's that raid boss is 5 questions. And general knowledge is 10 questions. Okay, we've got it. Is it too loud? It might be a little bit too loud. I'll turn it down slightly.
with 5 and 1 with 10. And in the
Okay.
last section, some questions may have more than one correct answer. Keep track of how you do in a comment box, and I'll give you a ranking at the
Okay,
end.
here we go.
Let's get started. Alright, the first section is going to be where in the world is. So I'll show you an art asset in the game, and you tell me which zone in Vanilla WoW that it's located in. So,
Okay.
where in the world is this statue?
It's in Burning Steps. It's still there. It's a statue of Onduin Lothar whenever it's commemorating his fight against Blackhand in the First War.
Is it in Western Plaguelands, Eastern Plaguelands, Burning Steppes, or Elven Forest?
I can't do this since I actually have to watch it. Wait, yeah, I would have guessed that. Holy fuck, it's slow.
Countdown to Classic.
Guys, this is not a scripted video in any way, so please forgive me if I kind of ramble a little bit and I go off topic, but I got a few things I want to talk about.
A YouTuber making a non-scripted video? What the fuck?
Classic World of Warcraft is coming out August 27th, and today
I've spent so much time dead on this stream.
is beginning.
That's
And
right.
for me, guys, this is incredible. It's absolutely
It's about
incredible.
time.
And I'd like to tell you guys something. I remember years ago, back in, I don't know, late BC, early Wrath, I'm not entirely sure. I remember around this time, I got the idea of, hey, how cool would it be if we had classic World of Warcraft servers for players to play on, where people could experience the original game, the game that made me fall in love with World of Warcraft. And I remember
True.
going on the WoW forums
Dude,
and suggesting this idea and going onto other
Holy
various
shit.
gaming platforms at the time and various
That's a good
gaming
idea.
discussion boards and talking about the idea of a classic WoW server.
God damn.
And as you might expect, my ideas were shot down by the greater community. People said no, the game was still growing at the time. Why
Yeah.
would you want to go back when things are going so well at the moment? Because obviously World of Warcraft was still in its growth phase during BC and Wrath of the Lich King.
Not as much
And
Wrath.
they had good points.
Wrath sucked.
And so I was kind of forced to shut up and go back to just enjoying the game as it was.
And
Not
who's
to say that
laughing
I
now?
wasn't, but I never really lost hope in that classic
Wrath
World of
wasn't good.
Warcraft dream. But as the years rolled by, I sort of had to
Pause
start.
this here. Wrath sucked, okay? Like, it was whenever everything bad in the game started in Wrath. That's whenever they started doing heroic versions of raids. That's whenever they started having raids completely outdate the previous raid. You remember Trial of the Crusader came out and there was no reason to do Ulduar again? That's whenever every single piece of gear and tier gear looked pretty much the same for all classes just because of its armor class. That's whenever you had 4 different difficulties of the same raid. That's whenever Dungeon Finder was introduced. That's whenever all of the 5-man dungeon content was made irrelevant on release because all of the gear was terrible. That's whenever they brought out Nax again and it was so piss easy that people cleared it in Sunlow gear. That's whenever all of these other bad things that were in the game happened. No, you guys can get mad. Get mad all you fucking want. Get mad all you fucking want. Wrath was the beginning of the end. It was where... No, what do you mean? I'm not wrong about fucking anything here. The only reason you like Wrath is because of the Lich King. I like Wrath too. It was fucking great for me. But objectively, it was the turning point to where the game started to turn into shit. And heirlooms. It added heirlooms into the game. Like, that's another one. Just a little fucking problem. Yeah, Ho's mad. Get all fucking mad that you want. Because I know I'm talking real shit. I am talking real shit right now. And you can put your fucking, your fingers in your ears, put your dicks in your ears. I don't give a fuck. Wrath was dog shit. Everybody knows it.
Start accepting the reality that classic WoW was gone. It was gone it was never going to come
It's really
back.
Cataclysm.
Sure, you could play classic
the
WoW
world
on
change.
private servers, and a lot of us have done that. But the problem with private
Criminals.
servers is it's always temporary. You
Yep.
find a really good private server, and then Blizzard shuts it down. Or, hey,
Big bad
maybe
Blizzard.
the head admin's girlfriend cheats on him, so he deletes the server. The GM starts selling gold or whatever, ruining the in-game economy. The point is, you can play on a private server,
Oops.
but things just eventually go south. So we needed an official classic WoW server, something official and corporate. And that wasn't going to happen.
No.
I remember the BlizzCon Q&A where the guy asked the question, would you consider making classic WoW servers? And we got that
You think you
that
do,
line,
but
that
you don't.
epic quote of you think you do, but you don't. I remember watching that, and I was so angry at the time because I knew that there was this sleeping giant, this sleeping group of players.
That's gotta be farther
I
this
like
way.
this, dude.
Classic
I like
WoW.
it.
They wanted to try it for the first time. They wanted to go back.
I make an
to the
attempt to
days
try to
when
find
we
the
just-
shit before I look it up, by the way.
There was no way to prove it. Like, there was no numbers, there was no data, there was
Yep.
nothing to suggest other than a feeling that people would want to play classic WoW. Just a feeling. And then came Nostalrius. Nostalrius was a vanilla WoW private server that came out during the time of Warlords of Draenor. And as
Perfect
you
timing.
guys know, Warlords of Draenor wasn't the best expansion in World of Warcraft's history. And a lot of people...
Was it? I mean, I don't know. We got... What did we get in WoD? We got Garrisons, Ashran, Tanan Jungle. Yeah, WoD was great. What do you mean? You're right. Wrath introduced welfare epics. No, Burning Crusade introduced welfare epics. And let's be honest, there were even a few welfare epics in vanilla WoW. The idea that epic items are some sort of like prestigious thing was never really true, except for like at the very beginning of the game before I even played. So I don't think that's true at all, okay? Were Wrath, the Wrath items more welfare than the Burning Crusade ones? Yes, but they were both welfare. Like, what do you mean? WoD also had pruning. Yeah, it did. Okay, just a second. Did you clean your dick? Taylor, no, I didn't. I recently found you, watched your stream discussions, a lot of fun. Last time I played WoW for the release, so 6 months only. Now I'm 29, and I plan to become the greatest casual in Classic. Well, that's why Classic was designed for you. Thank you very much, the 5, man. Activision Blizzard happened in 2008, July, and Wrath launched 2008, November. That's all that needs to be said.
How many do I have to kill? 12 of each?
Yep. Yep. Wrath Dungeon Finder came in BC. Listen, son. I know all this probably happened before you were born, so you don't really have that great of a, grasp on reality here. But let me tell you, as somebody who lived through it, it happened in Wrath. It was not in DC. It was not in BC. Okay? Wrath was where everything started to go downhill. The decisions in Wrath led to, in my opinion, the downfall of the game. And they were followed through in Cataclysm.
It's true.
And also Mists of Pandaria. Those 3 expansions was the paradigm shift. Get mad all you want, Wrath babies. But the fact is, the expansion and a lot
I
of
like
ways
Wrath, and I'll still
to
admit it.
the end.
It's true.
A lot of people played on Nost during the time of WoD. If you look at the numbers, it was sort of like as Warlords of Draenor's overall WoW population player base was in decline, Nostalrius was just growing. And
Of
for
course.
a private server to
Yeah, the
grow as
inverse.
big as Nost did, it was an incredible achievement.
People loved it.
Tons of people
I never played on
from
Nostalrius,
all
so.
around the world played on that
All my
server.
friends did.
And when Blizzard came and shut it down, it ignited a firestorm against Blizzard Entertainment. I have never seen anything like it. I have never seen Blizzard attacked so much by their community than when they shut down that server. Every Facebook
don't know about
post
that.
they posted was a wall of people shit-talking Blizzard about Nost. Every Twitter post that they made was a wall of people calling Blizzard a bunch of greedy assholes, no matter what they did.
I think that's maybe true. Like, Nostalria's shutdown was whenever people really started to get mad about Blizzard. They were like, okay, you know what? Fuck Blizzard. You're going to take away the game that we like and make us play WoD? Yeah, I bet he's fucking mad. Like, I mean, no, this makes a lot of sense.
I could just do
100%
this.
Well, Diablo 3, okay, so Diablo 3, people were just like, they were like, this is how they were with Diablo 3. That expression is a complete characterization of everybody's feeling towards Diablo 3. That's all it was. Just
Alright, I'm looking it up.
everybody quit. And they tried to bring him back with Reaper of Souls, and they're like, oh, I know how to make an MMO or an ARPG good. Let's remove trading.
Whether it was a YouTube video, a
joke.
social media post, the classic
fucking joke.
community, and the people that played on that
Yep.
server were coming out in droves. And
Sure
people
enough.
who didn't play on
Yeah, if you
NOS
were a demon
were
It's all
coming
over
out in
here.
droves saying, Blizzard, let the people play classic WoW.
Let the people.
them play. And you know what? Blizzard listened.
Yep.
Blizzard listened. And it was shocking, incredibly shocking for everybody. They invited the guys behind Nostalrius, a private server team, and they
Yep.
flew them out to California
Yep.
to talk to them. A petition was started that got thousands and thousands of signatures to support Classic WoW, and that was taken to the desk of Mike Morheim himself. I have never before seen something like this from the Blizzard
It's
community.
fucking awesome.
So many passionate people, so many YouTube videos, so much support
So much
for
ad
the
revenue.
Classic WoW dream. And for someone like me who had been a fan and an advocate for Classic WoW for years and years, even before this, it was amazing.
Oh,
It was incredible.
I need you.
Things went
Wolfie.
silent after a while. Time
Things were
passed
so happy
and
then. Like,
we
everybody
didn't
was so
really
happy.
hear much of anything until BlizzCon. BlizzCon happened and Classic WoW was announced. I was so happy. I was so ecstatic.
Oh my god! Yes! Finally! Finally! God damn it!
Classic World of Warcraft was my
I've seen those ad reels.
childhood-defining
Thanks for
game,
$2.
and for all of its faults and failings, it's still one of the greatest games I have ever played in my entire life. And so the idea of being able to play it again, it blew my mind. No stupid private server drama, no gold-selling GMs, none of that crap. An official Classic WoW server.
Yep.
And Blizzard has been working on the server.
That was nice of
since
you.
Then we got to play the demo. That was a lot of fun, especially
Fuck
if you
yes,
were involved
dude.
in the Twitch streams and all the events that we did on Twitch.
Oh, dude, that
That
shit was
was
so
incredible.
fun, man. I love that.
Blizzard's been working on Classic WoW, and now, as of today, we are getting the official beta. And in August, we are getting the release. And the reason why
about
I'm making
fucking
this
time,
video,
too.
guys, is because I just want to say that
Moby! Mod1B, I don't know how to say your name. Thank you very much for the 20 gifted community subs. Thank you, man. I wanted to say that. Wow. Thank you so much, Mod1B.
thank you. Thank you to every single one of you that left a comment on a YouTube video about Classic WoW and expressing your interest in wanting to play the game. Thank you to all of you that tweeted at Blizzard, that left Facebook posts supporting the idea of Classic WoW. All of you guys that just helped make
That's
this
why it happened.
movement a thing. And I know.
You
I'm
might
gonna
think they
do
go
this
this
for you
way,
guys
but
listening right
according
now.
to
You
Wowhead,
know
I need to
Classic
go
WoW.
further
You
this
know
way.
how to play it. Maybe you did play it back in the day. You thought it was stupid. You know, whatever. I know
Yeah,
there's some of
yeah,
you
they're
guys
dumb.
out there, and hey, that's
They're
completely
just- they're
fine.
just
It's
dumb.
not a game for everybody. But for those of us that are going to play
Is
Classic
that
WoW,
Stitches?
it's
No,
going to be
not.
amazing. It's going to be so good to just go home again. And at the end of the day, guys, whether Classic WoW has 200 people playing it or 200 million people playing it, it doesn't matter.
That's a
because
lot.
it's going to be an adventure either way. I genuinely hope that if you've never played Classic WoW, that you give it a shot.
Fuck
level up, do your first class quest, do a dungeon, and hey, maybe it won't be the game for you. Maybe you'll think it's too slow paced, it's boring, whatever. But at least by that point, maybe you'll understand. Maybe you'll be able to scratch your chin and say, you know what, this might not be the game for me, but I can understand why people like this version of WoW so much.
It's just
But
that
if you
simple.
do enjoy the game,
It really is
and you
just that
get
simple.
hooked, and you make friends, and you join guilds and whatever, I hope that Classic WoW gives to you exactly what it gave to all of us who played it in the past, and all of us who are excited to play it now. A feeling of adventure. People ask me all the time,
I really feel like that's true. That's so
Oh.
fucking true.
I should probably keep
I
a
even
better
have
eye on my
this
mana, huh?
responsibility to the kids today to like promote this because I know how big of an impact it had on me, and like I have to I have to carry it forward. You know what I mean? Because it was a big deal for me. It really was in a lot of ways, and I want to make sure that kids out there have the opportunity to ruin their life in the way that I ruined mine, and it'll be a beautiful disaster.
say, Nixium, you know, what's the one big thing about Classic WoW that makes you love it? Like, why do you like Classic WoW so much? I could
Killing
make a
low-level
million
players.
videos talking about why I love Classic WoW, but the primary reason why is because Classic WoW looks, feels, and plays like a true MMO RPG. And I love that. From
What's
crafting
that?
your own poisons as a rogue, to doing that frickin' mage class quest where you have to go to Shadowfang Keep and defeat Archmage Arugal. It's an adventure.
Arugal.
Guys, again, I'd like to thank every one of you that have been a part of this movement, and I've been very proud to do my small part as a YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer in helping bring this classic momentum to Blizzard's attention. You guys are the greatest community in the world.
Yep.
I'm going to be streaming the Classic WoW beta. I will
There
be
it is.
streaming Classic WoW when it releases.
There it is.
And it's just, today I'm really proud to be a WoW player and a fan of Blizzard Entertainment.
Damn.
And that's all.
That's
I
one
have to
dead
say.
wolf.
And that's
Thank
a
you
good
guys for
fucking
watching.
feeling
Thank
to
you
have.
guys for listening. And I will see you with my next video. See you guys.
That's a good fucking feeling to have. Like, you know what I mean?
The winds guide you.
Well, guys, Classic WoW is nearly here. Just a few more months and we'll be all online once again. But it
That's
hasn't
true.
always been sunshine and roses. Some of you out there may not be aware of just how
Sorry, so
long
loud.
players have been asking for Classic WoW. So let's go back and take a look at the history of how Classic WoW fans got their game and how Blizzard's stance was changed throughout the years.
You bitch and cry and complain enough about it, and you'll get what you
So
want.
some people may think that it's only been a few years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, but in reality, there have been Classic WoW fans out there since 2007 asking for pre-TBC servers.
Really?
These fans would often go to the forums and post suggestions asking
Oh,
for
dude, I remember that. Back before there were a bunch of expansions, people would refer to Vanilla WoW as pre-TBC. Or pre-BC. That's what I called it, pre-BC. And that went on until like what? Fucking like Kata or so. And then people started referring to it as like Vanilla WoW or something like that. Yeah, dude, pre-BC. Fuck, dude, that takes me back.
Classic servers. Unfortunately,
still
the original
sometimes
WoW
accidentally
forums were
say it.
destroyed by the Cataclysm in 2010, but
Yep.
we still have blue archives for some of them. The earliest post I could find about classic servers was January 17th, 2007. Now, why is that
Oh, a few
significant?
days before
Because it's
Call of the
literally
Scarab.
one day after the Burning Crusade launched. The post was half joking, but also half serious,
They didn't
stating,
want it.
please get rid of Blood Elves and give us a classic server to play on. The idea
True.
of classic WoW was already on the minds of some the day vanilla was lost. The
Fucking
post was
hate
made by
Paladins.
Tiamat.
I hate 'em.
The blue replies saying that they don't want to give their thoughts on the topic. Shortly after that, there was a
Yep.
thread called Old School Servers on June 29, 2007, suggesting rumors that Blizzard is going to make servers where you can re-experience old WoW and the old systems of 40 mans. To which a reply from a blue linking to an interview where it was stated there are no plans for Classic Realms. Blizzard made their stance very clear as
Thanks,
early as
Jeff.
possible. They want WoW to keep moving forward and not go to the past. Then, February 21st, 2008,
And then you had
we saw
why.
another post, this time by Surprise Fixer. Subject, WoW Classic servers. The post said, would Blizzard ever make servers that are running pre-BC? I don't see why not, we're paying money to play anyway. Would anyone else like some WoW Classic servers? To which the community manager, DrySC, replied,
No.
we were one time internally discussing the possibility fairly seriously, but
Okay.
the long-term interest and continued play on them could not justify the extremely large amount of development and support resources it would take to implement and maintain them. This was the first
Wow.
time that Blizzard mentioned that they had even entertained
How
the
rude.
idea of it.
Can you
However, their
believe that?
stance remained that it won't happen, but it was still very interesting
What the
to see
fuck?
that Blizzard had considered it. Now, all of the posts I just talked about were before Wrath of the Lich King was released. During TBC, these types of posts were very uncommon. The interest in a classic server just wasn't there, mainly because the game was still great. In fact, most people I ask when WoW was the best, I get a split answer between vanilla and TBC.
Yeah,
People
that's
trusted
fucking
Blizzard
right.
to continue to make
You know why? Again, Wrath babies. You don't hear anybody saying, "Oh, it was really good in Wrath." Oh wow, man, I can't wait to do the same fucking raid in the same fucking room 4 times this week. Oh god, I really hope I can beat Marigar this week while I stand underneath him and literally do nothing until he dies. Did Bryn Troll drop? Yeah, it did, but it's not even that good because everybody's gonna be able to get Shadowmourne. So anything besides Shadowmourne is just a consolation prize that nobody gives a fuck about. Oh yeah, nobody gives a fuck about Wrath, okay? Vanilla and TBC. TBC was the best for in-game. Vanilla was the best part of the entire game.
greatness. So when someone suggested classic servers
mad
in the
all you
forums,
want.
they were generally hit by a barrage of no's, and people saying it'll never happen. So in 2008, there were already people attempting to do recreations via
Yep.
private servers. Pre-BC private servers,
When was that?
although with horrible scripting,
Holy
external
shit, that's
accuracy,
bad.
and basically always instant level 60s,
That is so
were the
bad.
only way that they could experience the
Oh my
pre-BC
God.
world. Even if the private server experience back then was fairly awful.
This is awful. TBC was literally only in-game? That's what I mean.
So between 2009 and 2012, we would continue to see a reply from Blizzard every year explaining that they have no plans for Classic Realms. Posts such as these ones. In 2009, no plans to open Classic Realms. 2010, no plans of making pre-TBC realms. It goes against
Pre-TBC.
the very nature of an MMO. 2010 again,
Wrong.
it's not a very good idea to do. In 2011,
Wrong,
more
Tom.
no's. And in 2012, we don't want to maintain 2 versions of the game. Blizzard's stance remained very clear. It won't happen. But what did the WoW player
Wrong.
base think of this back then? So generally when you posted a thread like this, asking why are Blizzard so anti-legacy servers, where they would ask Blizzard to set up maybe one vanilla server or a TBC server, there was a pretty common response from the players. And the responses were generally no, or vanilla was bad, classic WoW was a really depressing thought, people bathe in nostalgia, everyone's saying vanilla are crying morons, and having no plans to do it means they won't do it in the future. Stop making threads like this or trying to push it. They aren't gonna make any plans about this.
You know, Halo could have had the same renaissance with the Master Chief Collection, but a certain developer had to be incompetent to where they couldn't make an old game work on an internet connection, even though it previously had. And not only that, but they used the wrong version of Halo 2. They used Halo 2 Vista instead of Halo 2 Xbox as the game that they ported over with MCC. So therefore, the only playable good game on MCC's Halo 2 Anniversary, which isn't even the classic version. So therefore, 80% of the people that came back for Halo 2, Halo 3 are turned off, and game's still dead.
Not now and not in the future. The classic WoW community was generally shunned. Most people wanted WoW
Don't you
to
love that? Don't you love it whenever you have these dumbass, stupid fucking people that act like everything they say is definitive, like they're talking down to their 6-year-old children? Like, those are the most annoying, obnoxious people on the forums. I fucking hate them. And there it is, right there. I wonder what this person's doing right now. Actually, I don't know. I don't need to wonder. He's probably waiting to play Classic, because this is back in 2012, and he was like, you know, Cataclysm's not that bad. But by this time, he's probably, you know, he's ready for Classic.
future. The classic WoW community was generally shunned. Most people wanted WoW to continue and not go back. They didn't want to see the developers waste their time with an old
Dude, the
game.
guy
People
died?
like myself who wanted the chance to
wonder
go
they
back
made
and
the
play
game.
legacy servers were an extreme minority still even in 2012.
That part was bad.
So something strange started happening in early 2013. There was a sudden growth in the desire for legacy servers. For example, 22 threads popped up asking for legacy realms that were made between February 10th and
Really?
12th.
Again with you?
Yeah, I bet.
Forums,
After
much more than was normal
Pandaria.
back then. So where was this growth coming from? Well, Cataclysm didn't really do that well, and then
No.
Mists of Pandaria
So Warrior.
wasn't off to a great start. For many people, the game felt very different by now. WoW had
Yep.
changed. They had started to long for the old
No
days
furries.
of vanilla or TBC, so there was waves of players making these threads daily on the forums. Threads like, I'll pay
No
extra for
furries.
vanilla, new servers, old expansion servers maybe, vanilla WoW, they just kept coming. And there were signs that there was a growing interest in this. But in general, most of the replies to these threads stayed the same. The community didn't really care for it. In fact, they'd even had their own copy pasta created, called The Wall of No, made by someone.
Get it done.
Imagine being this stupid.
That's right.
I mean, imagine being this stupid.
I said get it done, not get her done. I'm not Larry the Cable
There are
Guy.
no
Okay?
greater-
I don't want a copyright
there's
strike
not
on
a
my
greater
stream.
Congregation of stupidity than the general forums for WoW. Like everybody in the general forums is like, I mean, they're just so mentally deficient. They don't want classic WoW because they don't probably have a quest helper and they don't know how to read. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case for a lot of these people. Like they're so like, what I don't like about it is they're like so proud about it, and they just held it like over people. They're like, oh, haha. You know, I don't know really what the word is for it. Like sanctimonious maybe. It's just so fucking obnoxious. And to see all those fucking obnoxious pieces of shit get proven wrong, oh, it felt so good.
Named AberZombie. This post was created to discredit and shut down every single time someone posted about Legacy Realms. A post where they would list all of the times Blizzard says no, and they even included the key features that were added to the game, such as looking for raid, the pet battle system, flying mounts, and loot trading. Features that they say change WoW for the better. The post was used as an end-all argument against Classic, and looking back today it's almost comical. The same features that Classic WoW fans fight against daily are to them
Yep.
key features that the game cannot do without.
Yeah. BlizzCon 2013, the darkest day. Is this?
Oh, we're back.
About adding servers for previous expansions as they were then.
No. And,
You hear that?
and
Yes.
by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think
Okay,
you do,
dude.
but you don't.
Okay, dude.
Possibly the darkest time in the fight for Classic.
You
One of
think you
WoW's
do, but
lead
you don't.
developers says no in one of the worst
How
ways
wrong?
possible on stage at BlizzCon. The Classic community felt a deep sadness. Blizzard was sure that our love was just nostalgia, and that we were blinded by rose-tinted glasses. But Classic fans are the definition of insane. It didn't stop them from asking in the future again and
Classic
again
fans
and
are
again
insane.
and again.
That's true.
They wanted the game, and they were going to get it no matter what. Warlords of Draenor.
This is where
what
it
most
happened.
believe to be the lowest point in WoW's
This
history.
is
A
it,
deep
right
decline
here.
in interest and subscriptions to the game had happened. Players missed the
Look at
old
that rap. They're like, oh, well, why doesn't Blizzard announce subs anymore? Well, you know, they just decided it wasn't a good
That
idea for the
resist.
game. Just, you know, coincidence at the same time that
This talent is
they're
useless.
losing a lot of subs. Hey, remember whenever people thought it was a success, whenever Blizzard only lost like 400K? Like, wow, things are getting better.
days of WoW now more than ever. And for a lot of people, this was the first time that the game really wasn't fun anymore.
Jesus,
and I
man.
believe that the deep failure of Warlords of Draenor was what led to what happened next. Nostalrius begins. Now, I don't really want to focus in on private servers too much, but Nostalrius had
I almost
several
wonder if it's
servers
bugged,
so
this
it's
talent.
impossible to skip over.
But
This
I could be
favorite
wrong.
server launched in February 28th, 2015.
It's kind of hard to verify whether or not it's
A Blizz-like
working.
vanilla experience.
Somebody would have to
Featured
be
that
able to
all
look at the
servers
hard
tracked
code.
past,
Holy
even
shit.
fewer had succeeded at.
Look at
The
that.
server tracked
See if the
over
numbers
100,000
change.
accounts and had
Over
roughly
9,000
150,000
battlegrounds.
active players. This private server had more significance in the push for Classic WoW than any other. Nostalrius had proven that Classic fans were not blinded by nostalgia. It proved there was a market in Classic WoW,
Look at
and it
them all.
proved that it could be done. And after 8 years
Wow.
of being outcasts in
Holy
the WoW
shit.
community, there was finally a safe
No, it's not
haven
on
for
retail,
Classic
the
WoW's
servers are
fans.
crashed.
It wasn't made by who we wanted it to be made by, but it was
No.
a home. And then at 2015 BlizzCon, of course Classic would pop up again.
Do you plan to introduce any sort of classic realms that allow players to play at previous expansion levels?
We do not plan to do that.
But even though
Wow.
Blizzard continued to say no, players were happy
Wow.
enough to just play on the
See,
private
that's the
server
thing is you can't
recreation
take like
until
oh I can't even say that.
2016 happened, where Blizzard did this.
Ends lead to new beginnings.
You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope. Can't
It's gonna be Nostalrius, right?
Burn it.
Oh, the legal department. Okay.
Burn it!
Okay. This is pretty funny. 1 million gaming accounts. Yep. You do, but you
After
don't.
nearly a decade of saying no,
This motherfucker again. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I was waiting for it to happen. Yeah, didn't resist it that time, did you, bitch? These are bots, by the way. These aren't real players. Disclaimer. I will say for the developers of this core, the PvP has gotten so much better. And I've been playing this shit since back when boss could only cast like 2 spells. And it was based on what role they were, or spec. It's gone like, well, granted it's been like 10 years, but we're finally at a point where I can pretty much tell you that it's almost done, you know. We just need to fix a few talent bugs, maybe a few other bugs I don't know about. And then from there, you're pretty much just adding luxury features. Like the whole bot chat thing. Bots using... Dude is so obsessed. Like, it's unhealthy. I gotta kill this wolf first, though. No. That's not how this works. Bot director, you better get your boy. You better get your boy, bot director. That was my way of doing an audio check.
Legacy servers.
Okay,
The
shit,
largest
no.
vanilla WoW legacy server was shut down April 10th, 2016. The day Nostalrius died. Blizzard killed many people's hopes
that's
and
a lot of
dreams,
people.
but then something amazing happened.
Wow.
The same month in 2016, a petition on change.org earned over 240,000 signatures of people asking for WoW legacy servers. Even Mark Kern, the former Blizzard WoW team leader, supported this idea, and he delivered all of these signatures to Mike Morhaime, the CEO of Blizzard at the time. Dozens of popular YouTube personalities and Twitch streamers such as SodaPoppin, JonTron, Linus Tech Tips, and WoW Kungan all joined the call to petition for the game. After a solid month of yelling at Blizzard about this, Blizzard finally replied to the call. They were following the discussions of Nostalrius, and they were listening and discussing classic servers internally. They explored options for developing classic servers, but stated there are tremendous operation challenges. Later on in the year, they scheduled a meeting with the former Nostalrius team members. To myself and many others, this was it. We thought it's finally here. They met with Nostalrius, discussed legacy servers. Everyone, even myself, were expecting an announcement at BlizzCon 2016 that Classic WoW will be coming. Then on October 24th, 2016, they posted an update on their official forums. But the update was that they won't be talking about Classic at BlizzCon this year. So after all the forum posts, petitions, and pushing that the players did, there was still no official announcement for Classic WoW. The years of work people put into getting this far, and we still knew nothing. So we waited. And at this point, our hopes weren't high. After 10 years of Blizzard saying no, 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 maybe it was time we had to accept it.
Yep.
And then, November 3rd, 2017, it happened.
But I understand that for some of you, your favorite flavor is vanilla.
Cheers. Doesn't apply to me. I don't play fucking retail at all, but cheers. If it wasn't for this, I'd be playing something else.
I was there.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I've been debating internally this whole time whether or not I'm going to make another drink, and I'm going to make another drink. I'm pretty sure the biggest reactions in E3 game conference, whatever history, was MCC's announcement, Resident Evil 2 Remake's announcement, and WoW Classic announcement. You know, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna watch that real quick.
I want to take a minute. This is it? And I want to talk about ice cream. What? No. Ice cream is great.
No way. No way.
Ice cream is one of my favorite desserts.
No way.
Personally,
No.
I love chocolate.
No.
And I love cookies and cream.
No way.
Cookies and cream is actually my all-time favorite dessert. But I understand that for some of you,
no way.
This is nostalgia within itself.
Is vanilla.
Just watch it 1 second, not on Sunday. This is actually gonna be a classic World of Warcraft shit.
What? No way, dude. What is
Baby goes Kobe?
Once said that you can't go home again, but they lacked vision. And the temporal discombobulator.
I fucking love Kobe. Wait a minute. My boy.
No. What?
That's cool. Show me Lich King. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe they'll actually do something. Wait, let me pause.
We're back, boys. Holy shit. About to go fucking back.
Oh, yeah. Lich King? Oh my god, they're going all the way fucking back. What? That was it for Lich King? Wait, hold the fuck on. Vanilla?
Fuck. Dwarf. Holy fuck. Oh, Jesus.
I'm not showing my desktop, but you can go watch it yourself. I don't care.
What?
Yeah, boy. No!
I feel like fucking.
Dude, I'm not lying. That's gonna be a nighttime game. Me and Miniker will be going hard on that shit. He's not going hard, but
And also
we'll be having a
a
good
little bit
time.
nervous
Oh, that's gonna be so fucking cool.
to announce the development of a classic server option.
The only thing that's gonna suck about it is you guys.
I like how all these old fucks, they're like, we're gonna be going hard on that. Oh, well, wait, no, I'm older and I have to go to sleep by at least 3 a.m. And they're like, okay, maybe we're not going that hard.
Fuck it, dude. Whatever. They're bringing Vanilla a while back, man. I hope it's soon, man. I hope it's real
We didn't win yet. We didn't win yet. What's on the...
I had a little hunch. I was, they took a moment and shit to talk.
You think? Well, in case you guys didn't notice,
Did you see they announced classic service?
we're doing that at the end. We agreed we were going to do that at the end.
I just want to make sure you knew.
We promised to wait.
Okay,
We'll
I just
get
want to let you know.
that in a little bit.
Okay.
But first, let's actually talk about.
Done a lot.
Oh. So, all right, let's just do it. Let's talk about legacy servers. We've been waiting for a little while to talk about legacy servers. Zach, we're not going to let you talk for the rest of the segment. So if you can mute your microphone.
I can just make faces.
Yeah. All right, we're going to actually start with you, Alan. We're going to let Zach think about what he wants to say. How are you feeling about legacy servers being announced?
Well, the second whenever Jay Allen Brack started talking about ice cream flavor.
Man, you know they're talking about Vanilla WoW when he got some fat retard. Ah, I love it. That's nothing against WoW players. It's just the truth, you know. Let's see. Okay, how about this?
The winds guide you.
Hey guys, it's
The winds guide you.
Hey guys, it's
I knew somebody was gonna find
World of
me.
Warcraft's a pretty old game. It's actually older than YouTube. So there's probably a lot of things that not all of us remember about the game.
Shit.
Unless you played private servers or things like that. So I wanted to show you all 10 things in Classic WoW you probably didn't know.
I'm gonna
if you
know
think you
all
know
of
it
these.
all, try and guess when each of these features were removed. I'll tell you at the end of the video and you can see how you did.
Okay.
So one of the big arguments about
I'm just gonna
Classic
end this bitch right now.
is no dungeon finder tool. But what if I was to tell you vanilla World of Warcraft did have a dungeon finder tool?
What?
Don't worry, it's not that one. It's actually one that worked even worse than that. The one I'm talking about is meeting stones. What today we know as summon stones. Back then, they didn't do summoning. They acted as a dungeon finder at the dungeon.
It's clutch.
Or you could ask an innkeeper who will put you into a queue.
Yeah, I don't remember this at
Innkeeper
all.
would also show a list of dungeons around your level and even some lore about the dungeons. But nobody used these, and that's because it didn't ask your role. And since nobody else was using them, it just snowballed and people just kept not using them.
I just want to kill some
Everybody
bears.
FPS together if that's all who clicked the things. So a lot
Or
of
actually, I
people
need
don't remember that
wolves.
this was in the game.
Okay.
Probably an extremely important part of raiding in classic World of Warcraft. Before you can take down some of the big bad bosses like Cthulhu and Nefarian, it's gonna be a good idea if you bring some of these. But did you know that flasks actually require a specific location to be crafted?
Okay, I did
you have
know
to
that.
either be in Skullomance or Blackwing Lair and standing in front of an alchemy lab. And those
I
alchemy
kinda
labs
like
are
that.
only
That was
found
cool.
in Skullomance right before the Ras Frost Whisper boss, and in Blackwing Lair right after the Broodlord Lashlayer boss. So
There it
before
is.
your raid, make a trip to either one of these locations
I knew that.
and then craft away. Crit, haste, and hit are great secondary stats. For most of WoW's life, you open up the character tab, and then there they are. But in vanilla, you couldn't actually see your crit there. For melee crit, you would open up your spellbook, mouse over the auto attack, and there it is. Then where it gets weird.
Man, I
Spell
totally
crit
forgot
you can't
about
see
that.
anywhere in the game. You have to
Holy
do math,
shit.
and it's different for each class. For example, look at a paladin
Oh
with
my
80
God.
intellect, and they would get 4% crit at level 60.
Yeah.
Plus, you then add
That's
the items
insane.
and the talents. This is one of those things that I wouldn't be surprised if Blizzard does change in Classic. Mounts worked a little bit differently in Classic. They stored in your bags, they had a 3-second cast, and then when you walked in the water, you dismounted. Some mounts even had racial restrictions. Mechanostriders were only...
Do you know how good it would feel if you were going from farm or stables and you jump over the rocks on the way over to blacksmith and you don't get dismounted? You just land all the jumps perfectly.
I feel that way in Orgora Crater. Go jumping the rivers.
Feeling ever. Like you just felt like a god. Like you would go into whatever fight that you were about to go into and you would kill everyone because you were that confident.
rideable by dwarves and gnomes. And then the raptors and death chargers could not be rode by Tauren. The exception to that
I don't remember
is
that.
the dungeon and raid mounts.
I gotta figure out where these corrupted shards get turned into because I completely forgot.
By Tauren. So if you plan on collecting every mount in the game, think about that first. We all know bag space is very limited in World of Warcraft Classic.
As always.
Bags are smaller in general.
As always.
Hunters have quivers, warlocks have soul shards, everybody's got to keep reagents, and all of those things.
Except
But
warriors.
did you know that the banks are smaller too? You'll actually be missing 4 item slots and also a bag slot.
Dude,
and
I
if you're
fucking
really new,
knew it,
you're gonna
man.
notice the whole reagent
I
tab
knew
is
that.
gone too. Raid lockouts were a
Holy
different
shit.
animal back in Classic. Progress is
suck.
actually tied to a fixed instance ID.
Raid
So what
lockouts
that
were
means
awful
is you
in
may not
Classic.
enter with a new group until your raid lockout is reset.
Yep.
So if the other players in your group completed the instance while you're
I'm back
absent, the instance
Okay.
is still going to be empty
Alright, let
for
me finish
you
this, I'll be
because
back
the
in,
progress is actually
5
tied
minutes.
to the instance ID and not to your character. Many of the raids in Classic even had different lockout times, so potentially
Oh,
you could do
dude.
them more than once a week. So let's go over those lockouts.
Wait, what?
Zul'Gurub was 3 days.
Okay, I
The
remember
Ruins
that.
of Anchorage, that's
Every 3
AQ20,
days,
was
yeah.
3 days. Nixia's Lair was 5 days. Molten Core was 7 days. Blackwing Lair was also 7 days. AQ40 was also 7 days. And Nax 40 was as well 7 days.
Okay.
All of the 7-day dungeons will reset on the Tuesday.
I
if you're
didn't
in
know
US
about
realms
Onyxia.
during the maintenance.
Okay, all the other ones I knew
Professions
about.
in Classic World of Warcraft play a bigger role than possibly at any other point in WoW's history. For example,
This is a
first
good
aid
thing.
is very necessary for everything.
Oh, it's me.
It'll help with your
at
leveling,
that.
your PvP, your farming, and even raiding. But back then, professions had to be trained throughout the world, and often through quests.
Oh,
For
jeez.
example, First Aid was leveled past the 225 skill level through quests.
Oh, I gotta go to that guy.
Or Hammerfell as Horde. The quest would have you saving people who are dying.
I got 20. Yeah, I'm going.
Trainers were only found in Far Outlands.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure this guy does it too.
The only one to get past 225 skill was actually located deep inside of the Uldaman instance. Things like that are what truly made World of Warcraft feel like a world. So in my last video, I mentioned the differences between the factions. But one thing that I didn't mention was that your faction choice on a PvP realm is even more important.
Yeah,
That's because you can only pick one faction on PvP realms. So you can't have a Horde character and an Alliance character on the same realm. It really...
I actually like that. That way you don't have people that are like double agents. Because you have like... Because here's actually I think why Blizzard did it. Is because somebody gets killed on their character, and then they get really pissed off, right? They're a salty bitch about it. They're like me. And they log over to the other realm, or to the other faction, and they start talking shit to that person. And like nowadays, if you've ever ganked somebody in World PvP, how many times have you gotten a Battle.net request from that person?
That wood is so big.
They just start spamming you with shit talk. It's very, very common.
It's
makes your choice matter, and it will stop people from the opposite faction making level 1 characters and shit-talking you. It also helps to stop cross-faction collusion.
Underrated, to say the least.
Certain game mechanics due to that. In classic World of Warcraft,
holy shit, there's a lot of Alliance here.
Has anyone ever heard of a weapon called Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
No,
yeah, this weapon
that?
actually has a little bit of extra nature damage.
You know what?
So that damage means that when you attack someone,
I'll take it.
Physical damage plus the nature damage.
Yep.
The nature damage ignores the target's armor, so it's kind of a cool way for some melee specs to get some elemental damage on a target, or some shadow damage, or whatever type of spell damage you wanted. See, another famous example of these weapons is Shadowfang, used by level 19 twink rogues all over the world. It was and will be a fun addition to the game once again. Alright, the last thing I was going to mention in this is that some fish are seasonal. Those fish are the winter squid and the summer bass. And this is real life seasons, meaning that winter squid can only be caught between September 23rd and March 19th in real time.
I did not know that. I did not know there was seasonal fish.
And this is actually important because winter squid is cooked into really good agility food, and it's great for some classes. So if World of Warcraft Classic launches before September 23rd, you can
imagine the auction off prices on that shit.
Be one of the few people who actually own these fish for quite a while. So did you?
Hold on, I'm gonna watch this YouTube short of a tiny kitten befriending a deer real quick. Hold on a second. Very important that I watch this.
I can't walk over here. They're pursuing each other. Yeah. You just hang with your buddy?
Do you remember all of that? Alright, let's see how much you know.
Like 3
when
or
were
4
meeting
of them.
stones changed to be summoning stones?
Like
that was changed in patch 2.0.1.
2.01. I meant to say 2.0.1, okay?
When was Flask requiring alchemy labs removed? Wrath of the Lich King patch 3.0.8.
You had to do that?
When was spell crit and hit showing in the character sheet tab
Cataclysm?
added? Sometime in the Burning Crusade.
Shit.
Racial mount restrictions were not removed until Wrath of the Lich King, patch 3.0.8.
Wow.
So additional slots for your bank and then the bag slots for the bank were not added until sometime during the Burning Crusade.
Damn, Burning Crusade was
so when
a lot
was
of good
raids
things
being
happening.
on different days for their lockouts changed? Technically, this was actually never changed because
they still have
AQ20 is still the only raid that has a different reset time. So when was it changed so that the profession trainers are all located inside of cities so that you can reach 300 skill? That was actually changed in patch 2.3.0 of the Burning Crusades.
Yo, BC
Horde and Alliance
is
characters
great.
being restricted on PvP realms was actually not
Yep, vanilla. There's literally only one trainer, one endgame trainer that can hook you up. Everybody else is just dog shit once you get to a certain point.
After the Lich King patch 3.2, did weapons stop having elemental damage on them? So in the Cataclysm 4.0.1 patch, it removed elemental damage from all the weapons which used to have it.
Damn.
So when did seasonal fish stop being a thing? Actually, there still are seasonal fish. The winter squid and the summer bass are always seasonal. They always have been. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks
Holy
for watching.
shit, man.
Did you know everything on the list? Did any of them surprise you? Let me know in the comments. I always read all of them. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. I'll keep uploading every week in anticipation for classic.
It's actually a really good video. It's probably one of the best videos I've seen on WoW in terms of like the things you didn't know, blah blah blah. Like I literally didn't know half of that shit. What is this video?
And I'm gonna go there and get fucking spanked as well, dude. It's actually really funny. I was watching Asmon stream as he was heading down to Gurubashi Arena.
True.
And he's like trying to form the most scuffed raid of all time. He's like, I don't care what fucking level you are, level 1s, level 2s, soak the hit.
That's actually true.
It's pretty funny. Honestly, here's the play, chat. Here's the play. You pick them off. I was about to pop that scroll too. At least I didn't. What the? I have a fucking pot, man. Why isn't that shit on my bar, dude?
I have pots on my bar.
Every time I jump into a stream, I see a ghost. I'm telling you right now,
those items.
I literally died more times leveling to 25 than 5 years at BlizzCon. Like that's just the fucking truth. Like the game is so much more.
Okay. Hey. That's a pretty good comparison, right?
Look, that is the registry right there. The proclamation should be in here. I don't see anything. I don't see a proclamation,
okay,
chat.
Never mind. I remember doing this on like my
I see a registry.
Character.
No! Why are you all respawning?
He's dead. You're
this
dead,
is such
dude.
fucking horseshit.
You're so fucking dead.
Don't die, please.
You
God,
know you're
dude.
dead.
Don't fucking die. Fuck!
Oh man, dude, I love it. I fucking love it. Here it comes. Yeah, he probably should have healed there. But he's probably out of mana too.
Oh fuck you, bro.
Look at this, dude. He's just trying to.
Oh,
he used the.
Oh, I didn't know I had feathers.
I have to fucking miss that fucking swing.
He's gonna get the other guy, dude.
Right now,
He's gonna get the other
Be
guy.
Bugged. Be bugged. Be bugged.
You hear that sound?
You're fucking kidding me, dude. I have to get out of here.
Okay,
Can my Stone
dude.
Claw Totem work one time, bro? Slow.
Okay.
Don't die.
He's not
Don't
gonna make
fucking
it.
die.
He's not gonna
Be
make
slow.
it.
Be
He's
slow.
done.
Be still.
He's done.
Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still.
It seems my comment
You win
about
some, you lose some, boys.
woke
That's life.
offended some people, but you know what? Just like my chat, my stream has no rules,
I kind of feel
no
good
filter.
about watching this, because if C-Dude's doing it wrong and I'm doing it wrong too and getting killed by random mobs, I feel better about myself. This is great.
Just like my Discord.
Oh, and this guy
So
respawned.
if you want to join a Discord with a bunch of people that just say whatever the fuck and don't give a shit, with some dope ass memes that you can steal, that's a permanent invite. Anybody can join. As long as you don't start trying to sell me an extended warranty on my car, you're more than welcome. I alt tab for just a second. Just a second. No. No, I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. This abuse. Hold on. Hold on, where's my initiates? I was alt tab, so I'm using the revive. Where are they at, huh? And I had resurrection sickness. Where are they at? Ho ass bitches. I see you. I see you. No. Fuck him up. There's a guy over here. Fuck him up. Take care of it. You get a promotion. You get a promotion. Why am I taking damage? It's so stupid. Hold on a sec. You get a promotion. You get a promotion. There seems to be a lot of weight when it comes to bots to like focus the player rather than other bots. And it doesn't even seem to be a proximity thing. And if there's a way to make it a proximity thing, do so, please. OSRS, dude, I played RuneScape 3 times in my entire life. And that was in my public library in the year 2005. So no, I am not. Oh, I don't even get any XP from this. I just get some useless bullshit. I don't get rep. I don't get anything. Really? Are you serious now? What does this even do? What are these salves? I got 16 of them. Cleanse the corrupted plants. Dude, I can barely take care of my own plants in real life. Like, alright, I'm fucking, where am I going? Where's the best place to go right now? Probably Thunderbluff, maybe. There's people subscribing right now, and I just want to tell you that I appreciate it, but I, for the life of me, can't pronounce your username, so I just want to recognize you for a second, and thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to ring the bell! Oh, I gotta open a window for a second, I'm starting to sweat. Dude, my chair is so heavy, I tried to stop it and it kept going. Hold on a second. Look at this, look at this. They don't make furniture like this anymore. Look at that. Look at that shit. That's some Victorian shit, okay? That was not made by Chinese children with their parents held hostage. Okay, this was made by someone else. I don't know who, but it was not made by forced labor. It's a very comfy chair. It doesn't look comfy because it's not memory foam, which is the biggest scam in American history. Memory foam was a bigger scam than COVID, 9/11, and the Iraq War combined. All right, memory foam was a giant scam. Okay, would you shut up? I'm talking. Go in your den. Hey, go. 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 Go in your den. Go. Go. Those chihuahuas. Anyway. This cushion, dude, let me tell you something, okay? Before they put memory foam inside cushions, there was actual metal springs. This has metal springs inside the cushion. My ass is fully supported. My ass is more supported. You know what? I'm gonna censor myself a little bit because that was gonna be, it was gonna come off as a pretty racist joke about single mother black women. Okay, I'm not gonna make it. So never mind. Never mind. I'm not gonna make a welfare joke. It's wrong. Completely Blizz-like. Everything that you see is Blizz-like. The only things that will not be Blizz-like are, well, adding the Ashbringer to the game won't really do anything for me because I'm a mage, but, I'm gonna add it anyway. I don't know who's gonna drop it, but I'm gonna add the Ashbringer in at some point. But other than that, that's the only non-Blizz-like thing that I'm gonna put in. In my Burning Crusade playthrough, however, I am going to not only add the Ashbringer, but I'm going to double raid purples stats and quadruple raid legendary stats from vanilla raids to make them more viable and useful once you go through the dark portal, rather than have a green just randomly be better than your Nox Ramus gear. You know what I mean? Dude, hold on. Steinsmetz, oh my goodness. You take the words and thoughts out of my mouth. That's exactly how I feel. At least on an average of about 27 seconds every day. Is I immediately, like, I see something like a news article or what have you, and it's just like, you know what, this is idiocracy all over again. It's the truth. And you know, it's funny because when I watched Idiocracy the first time, I envisioned a bunch of George W. Bush voters. I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Close, but completely wrong. Here. Let me tell you something else. Now we're on the subject. I'm actually renovating our entire living room. Right now we got like a sectional. And the sectional is great, but it takes up too much space. So I'm actually going to replace the sectional. There's going to be recliner, whatever chair my wife wants, plus my rocking chair that I also bought at an antique shop. And that's it. And there's also two let me just change the subject again. There's so much good shit you can buy at an antique shop. people think of it as like a flea market, and it's really not. Like, if you go there and you see the kind of shit people sell, it's actually really good. It's almost like like a 1970s or 80s used Oldsmobile with no rust on it. Like, it's actually really good, you know? And comfortable. But yeah, we're getting rid of the sectional, replacing it. It's gonna be chair and table, chair and table, chair. All antique furniture. Second. I'm finally here. Finally. Well, I got bad news for you, though. I appreciate everybody that stopped by just now, but I'm actually about to get off for the day. I gotta be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I still have to eat something. So I'm just gonna turn all these quests in. I'll sell for more.
What brings you here? Be careful. Goodbye.
That wasn't a lot of XP, but they were all green, so I guess I can't complain. Anyway, for those that are wondering about doing this themselves, let me just set the example by telling you to always .save. In fact, you should macro that shit. So you save, .save, I got it right here. Click it off and click it like you're playing Stalker Shadows of the Chernobyl, of Chernobyl for the first time, and you're just spamming quick save as you go through the game. That's what you want to do. And once you've done that, you can feel free to F4. And your I'll go ahead and show my desktop real quick. How do I do that? Actually, I don't even think I have that added. So I'll just go ahead and do... Oh, I do have a display capture. Oh, I didn't see it. Anyway, close. We're gonna want to go here. Always make sure you save. Hit F5 before you shut down the repack, and you always want to use the option to shut down the repack. You never want to just close it. Save. What do I got? So I'm gonna want to go ahead and go with slut 1. Yes. Ass 116. You know, he keeps trying to get me to try that repack, and it's just like, dude, I've literally never had a max level character in anything before. Let me pop my cherry. He's trying to force his pack on me like a drunk college girl, and I don't appreciate that. I respect that, but I don't appreciate that. Anyway. Always hit 0. And once it's done, it closes everything, and then from there you're good to go. But Steins Mets, Mr. Neo1, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I plan on being on tomorrow. I have Friday off, so I plan on being on later than 4:43. In fact, that's actually later than I wanted to be on today, but I plan on being on later than that tomorrow. So if you're interested in stopping by and watching me play a video game that you could just play yourself, you fucking loser. I'm sorry, I slip of the tongue. If you're interested in stopping by and hanging out and chewing the fat, do so. Toodles.